Whew. Alright. Hello, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club here. What are all the files, anyways? Oh geez, so you can actually delete... Huh. I think it's like a passcode or something? That's interesting. But yeah, hello, welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club here. We're going to continue on Chapter 4 once I get done playing around with the files of the game. Or, well, the fake files of the game, I guess. Okay, so probably running that script fixes everything. Okay. Interesting. I actually played around with the virtual machine. Why is there a mail? Maybe that'd be part of the side stories. But yeah, let's continue on here in Doki Doki Literature Club. Doop doop boo, doop doop boo boo boo. No, I guess yeah, we make a new game. Alright. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. As always, I tell myself it's time I meet some girls like that. Hey, Kimmy. I've known her voice forever. Okay. Well, there's already one girl. That girl is Rory, my neighborhood and good friends since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day. And recently, we picked up the habit again. Kimmy, are you proud of me? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. But you've never said anything about it. Even though we walk to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought that was kind of implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud, Rory. We cross the street together and make way to school. As we draw near, the streets became increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Kimmy, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you, I'm not... I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining our clubs, but something tells me Rory would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I have decided on a club. What? Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Oh, boo. You meanie. Be patient. You'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. But I started to realize that, in a way, I envy her. When Sari puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. That's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I pack my things, I stand up, gather motivation. Let's see. I can recall the room in the club from the flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs. A selection of the school I rarely visit. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Kimmy? What are you doing here? Well, I glanced around the room. Huh? So you're that Kimmy that's what I was talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Kimmy. We are the Literature Club. I I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, to our size, seems to be a assertive one. That's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Kimmy, don't tell me. That's right. The club side joins your sorority. The Literature Club. Sorority's eyes light up. No way! No way! Sora wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. Well, if Sorority's happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we can be officially recognized as a club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decided to... Don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls arrange a few desks to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Stiff and awkward, I take a seat next to Sorori. Natsuki probably marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated with little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make it the ears. So cute! Wow, these look amazing. Well, you know, just take one. Sorry guys, first one, then I follow. It's delicious. Sorry talks a mouthful, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, look for the best angle to take a bite, because it's a cupcake, and it's not like those are symmetrical or anything. But Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She's probably wondering, do you not eat a cupcake? I feel like I made that joke last time I read that. Probably did, to be honest. The icing is sweet and full of flavor, or if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, he returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Are you trying to impress our new member, Yuri? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks wet. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Kimmy, what kind of books do you read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. But I'll answer it the same way I've answered it the last 4 times I've been asked this, manga. I quietly mutter to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Oh, not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, how about you, Yuri? Let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay?
I'm certain you find something in common.
Hey, Yuri!
Eh?
Well, about you, the first thing he said.
Manga?
Yeah, that's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it!
For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it.
Besides, manga is literature too, you know? So, if Kitty wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything.
Natsuki.
I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He could take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Kimmy? Maybe.
Since the tension, Roy jumps in.
Maybe y'all could try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'd all get to know each other a little bit better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah, you're right as usual, President. Guess it means I should try to pick up a novel or something, huh?
Well, that would make two of us. I'd mind doing it if I'm not the only one.
As for Yuri...
Eh?
I have to read manga? Jeez. You're the one who says we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize...
With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself.
I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No, I've realized my error. So, if you're willing to start a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can just trust me to find something that you really like, okay? Yeah, same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you, like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so... Yeah, me too. Aw, this is so cute. Sorry, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes. I look forward to it.
Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food.
I guess the meeting's over, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along.
Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Kimmy.
You think so? Well, everyone seems... Yeah. Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Story.
Kimmy, don't say something like that. It's embarrassing.
Well, whatever. I'm surprised when you told me you're starting a club. But I think you pulled it off just fine.
We're gonna make the best club ever. Now that you've joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Kimmy, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monika. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now, but I really know everything, Kimmy. I know you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the elf things that Monika did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters. It's just us now. You made me the happiest girl in the world. I can't wait to spend every day like this, with you. Forever and ever. But
I can't read letters. No. No?
What's happening?
I won't let you hurt him.
Who? It hurts. Ah!
I'm sorry, I was wrong. There is no happiness after all. Goodbye, Story. Goodbye, Kimmy. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Can you hear me?
What?
Hi.
Just voice
it's
acting?
me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you, because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah. Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?
Well, I got her voice wrong.
Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all? Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
Alright then. This is my final goodbye. I finally understand Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrified reality. A reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, thank you for being a part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monika. Error. Required files are missing or corrupt. Please run reset.h to repair and reset the virtual machine. Whoa. Side stories are all friendships that are unrelated to the main events of the game. To kill 6 side stories, target opponents of different characters, and viewing their special scenes in DLC. Okay. Well, if I realized that was gonna be a 10-minute epilogue, I would have put that in the last episode, but it wasn't. Okay. Alright, but I didn't realize that, so... Okay, then. So is that the end of the game? Or... I guess we can do side stories as well, but... Interesting. These are the backgrounds. We're missing 4. Probably 2 from Sorori and 2 from Natsuki. Sketches, I don't even know. Promo, I don't even know. Interesting. Alright, I guess we'll do the side stories, and... I got all 6 side stories. I only see 4 here. Oh, we'll do that one, maybe that'll unlock that one. And then that one, maybe we'll unlock that one, and then we'll go from there. Because I assume I haven't done anything for Natsuki, so we'll probably have to do a... sprint playthrough of, like... maybe only the first act, or day, or whatever that's called. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, let's do the Yuri one first. Alright. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monika and Sporty to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Sora's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monika.
It's her! It's the girl!
It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Story had come across, reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monika leaving a flyer on the desk, it seems she's found her way into the club. I'm gonna keep it her evil voice because she's evil. And I don't know how to do that voice does in the outro, so...
Are you here for the Lich Club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the Lich Club. Please come inside.
The girl fully... That music's kind of loud. I'm gonna turn it down slightly. Alright. The girl fully steps in the door but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sorori continues to fail to contain her excitement.
It's happening, oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming! Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monika, and this is Rory. And we've run the Literature Club, even though it's just us so far, but... What's your name, by the way? I like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Haha, everyone's welcome here. You have to be good enough. Oh. do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you.
The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down.
So what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sorori and this is Monika. Sorori? I said that already. Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? I like books.
Yuri looks at Monika.
Fantasy is cool. Yes, have you heard of Annabelle DuPont? I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just...
Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy.
You can borrow my books. I wouldn't mind. You're in for a really incredible experience.
Monika stammers, completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sorori, silently asking for help.
I'd love to.
It sounds
like you're really into them, so it must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I guess I should have brought them.
Yuri quick stands up.
I'll be right back and I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now.
Sorori nerve says that, noting to herself that the considerable heaviness of the book that Yuri set on her desk.
True. Okay. I'll go get the first one then.
Yuri exits the classroom in a flash, leaving Monika and Sorori silently exchanging glances.
Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? Like, I have no experience in fantasy except maybe stuff I've read when I was a kid. But that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure he'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat if you have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I don't mean to disagree, but... What if this is her only interest? Doesn't that kind of seem like that? Monika, don't you think you should be a little more optimistic? We have a new club member. That should be more room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. But... sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden, and... I just wanted to stab her. And stab her. And stab her, but... What if she has a knife collection? What if her knives are... larger than mine? Then I have to delete her character file. I don't want to do that. Is it because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead? What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point out things like that, Sorori. I just like learn what makes people sad or happy. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe take a break from helping me and the mystery stuff and just and focus on spending time with her. That's exactly what I want to do, besides.
Sorori lowers her voice.
I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get.
She taps her finger against the tauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's room.
I'm back.
Her breath is slightly heavy, which, combined with her short time gone, indicates she might have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back to Sorori and sets the book down on her desk. Just Sorori feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one on Yuri's desk.
Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe. So going over these would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start.
Sorori nervously injects.
Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other for a little bit more. You know, I think like if we're gonna be reading together, then I'd like that.
From across the room, Monika smiles at Sorori while Yuri isn't looking.
Oh, okay.
Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add.
So, What made you decide to join the literature club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I have no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault, since I haven't paid attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because she... You're glancing at Monika. Monika? Monika came in my classroom and put a flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up. She just walked out. It took me several days to come here because I was afraid that Monika told everyone how serious I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. Wait, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you just like that and walked out. I was actually really hoping that you'd come by. Yuri excels in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too. Such as there being too many people, but, not that I mind that much, but I really have a hard time to meet a large number of new people at once, so it's actually amazing it's just two of you. I definitely came at the right time. That makes me happy. I'm proud for you of working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What other kinds of things are you into? Like, genres? I don't know, just anything. Even if it's not about literature. Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Third pauses. A look on her face. How about I tell you something that I'm into, and then you can tell me, about something you're into. I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into, like, crafty things. Making cute little collages or decorating things like cards or jewelry or boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, but then I pull it off last minute. So yeah, that's something kinda silly that I'm into. Oh, you sound creative. Not that much. It's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with just scissors and glue and stuff. So, I have something that I'm into, right?
Sorry nods.
Well, I guess I'm into nature? I love nature. Like, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck with me here now. I'm not. Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as the vice president of the literature club. There. Now you're stuck with me. Don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine.
Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. God, I can't read.
I'm going out into the woods or like to the park. Just places where you can walk or sit or not really have to be around people. It's peaceful. Just kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends. Whenever I feel like I need it. Wow. I feel like I would have never had the time to do something like that. I found that we have a lot more time than we think we do. If you don't let it slip through your fingers.
Through your conversation, the primary by Sorori, but Monika chiming in every now and then as well. Monika had intended to leave it to Sorori and focus on her work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more.
Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, are the two of you going to be starting on that book, the next club meeting? That's the plan! I'm so excited.
Sora beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Srory and Monika with a gentle smile.
Bye!
As Yuri exits, Srory enthusiastically returns to farewell. Once again, Srory and Monika are left in the classroom.
Sorry, you're a lifesaver. I didn't do anything, I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice that I can put my energy towards other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here, with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting that book with her the next meeting? I'm kinda scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great.
After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Okay. Oh, there's still more. Oh my god. After school day ends, swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way back to the club room. Expecting to be the last one to arrive.
It's time again. Monika went to the clear lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay?
Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact.
I'm sorry about yesterday. Huh?
Srory tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri's talking about.
Well, the way I got over excited about to share my books. And how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else at the club, so... You didn't do anything wrong. It was cute how excited you were. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because I know you're just teasing me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that no one was truly interested. But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided that I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing.
A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them.
Well then, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities started yet. I mean, Monika and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly, so it sounded like something fun we could do together, reading your books. You know, like, as a club activity. That'd be okay. Why am I being resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here.
Sora pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Srory reads the cover of the books.
Dusk Bell? Part 1 of the Everlost Saga? Ah! It's a Dusk Bell by Annabelle! Sorry, I'm ready now. Alright, I should probably get some paper.
Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper.
Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? I mean... yes, I guess that's an effective strategy. Exactly. I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre.
Sora's joke completely flew over Yuri's head, but think about it, she decides that it's probably for the best that it did.
Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please.
Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile with a light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm the only smart in the
things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That should be evident by how slow I'm speaking these words. This is both intentional and I just can't read. So, it kind of works my character, I guess. But in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart, especially you. No.
Sorori rubs her shoulder against Yuri's.
You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like me to get started? Okay.
After a minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their playing club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sorori through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sorori seems to have. But despite Sorori's expectations, Yuri elegantly guides her through it in a way such that it is fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards.
How can people do this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing I do. What kind of writing? It's like poetry and that stuff. The things I write are just like the feelings that come to my head, you know? But this is like... there must be much planning and hard work. Ah, you're into poetry. I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. No way.
Yuri giggles, filling Sorori's heart with happiness, when she realizes it's the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun.
Anyway, but I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. But okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see.
Sorori jolts. Yuri's patient in her notes.
Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times.
Yuri flips through the first pages of the books, getting past the table of contents.
Okay, chapter 1.
The room becomes silent as the children begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a few moments before Sorori speaks up again.
What does vindicated mean? Well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay, I have questions, right? Of course.
Sorori turns the page.
Are these footnotes? A lot of dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. Oh.
The two continue reading. Yuri's black expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sorori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sorori easily navigating the social situations, and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned.
Wait, are they talking about the past now, or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. I mean, it's implied from the context.
Sorori rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sorori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value of the notes, and she finds herself referring to them somewhat often, and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from fearing that she'll come across as stupid. At last, Sorori reaches the end of the chapter.
I think we can stop here for now. Okay.
Sorori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far.
So, what are your thoughts at this point?
Sorori tries to find his words.
Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and to keep doing my best so I can see it the way you do.
The relaxation in your expression fades.
I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right?
Yuri pauses and shakes her head.
We can do something else tomorrow. But I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I just don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you...
Yuri leaves.
You weren't making me...
Sorori is left alone with her words.
How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. Is it my fault? I said something stupid and hurt her? Should I have just told her that I enjoyed it? Monika trusted me with this. It's the only thing I've gotten good at, and I still messed it up. Wait, if she doesn't want to come back...
Drowned in guilt, Sorori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. The book sticks next to them.
Right. If she was coming back, then... she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. This is horrible! Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm just not good enough? I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm not sure if I was smarter, she would be having much more fun. I need to do better for her.
Okay. So I guess I should have gotten an order. I didn't realize these were before the game took place, like a prologue or whatever. Prequel, I guess. Oh, I don't know how to describe that. Nothing in the mail. What else is there? Before we continue on to the second part of that, and then I'll go to the sororities, and then we'll, I guess, unlock Natsuki's. It's weird that I have sororities unlocked, though. I assume that's sororities. Man, it's Monika's? Oh no, I guess we'll find out. For the first time, Sorori's first entered the classroom. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy, but maybe my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But why am I letting everyone down? I'm always such a disappointment. Sorori continues to rest herself in her self-deprecating thoughts. Every time noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass. Nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monika. Gosh, I'm late. Why did I offer help to those students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. I'm gonna leave such a bad impression on the new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monika rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so... Yuri? Yuri jumps to the sound of Monika's voice. She's sitting outside the club room, against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book that she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You have to wait outside me. The door of the club room is open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window and looks away. Actually, it's just... I was wondering if I could help you out today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monika's utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden? When she was so eager to spend time with Sorori before. Did they not get along after all? Monika looks in the club room to herself and seeing Sorori sitting alone inside. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monika's worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic, she realizes, that she could have been the conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of this new flyer, then go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods, and the two set off. The two walk in silence. Without story, Monika finds it difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how's everything going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up anymore. Monika tenses up and stinted at the snooze conversation. How the heck does Rory do it? Sorry I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Rory told me. What did end up happening? What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. I'm starting to feel like it's more of a literature club now. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you're into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I was just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's really cool that you're able to get Sorori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it. I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. You fall silent again. As if she started her thought, but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Gary sighs. No, it's just me. Gary pauses. I'm thinking... A moment passes in silence. Then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I don't think you're complaining. I just wanted to make sure that you feel welcome. If it is important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, it's just an issue with me. So, I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Haha. Monika pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? My job as the president is to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're gonna have all kinds of people join this club. Hopefully, anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone, otherwise what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monika that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I accept that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How easy it is for everyone else. How do you just make conversation about an arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about things that I'm into, unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop, but for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So, I understand about that by myself. I'm just not very good with people. I can't help it. So, it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored, or made fun of, or taken pity on. And Sorori falls into that third category. What? Hold on. You're saying that Sorori's taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sorori is just too nice to me. I'm stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to be put through that kind of discomfort.
just because they pity some weirdo who does not make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it.
Your sharp words cut through the dense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stopped short in the hallway, prioritized the conversation over their original task. Monika looks at Yuri. Yuri looks down, with her fists clenched.
I think you should tell her that. I could never say it to somebody's face. It's pathetic. Nah, sorority's different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs?
Ooh, alright.
I'm so sorry. I make myself sound so... No. I think I'm starting to understand.
Monika hesitates to finish her thoughts out loud. It seems like something that Spory would be able to say better to her.
Spory's the one who will give up however much kindness they need in order to smile.
But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must drive Story to be even more assertive in her kindness. Further exacerbating the matter. God, I can't read. Neither person's to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved with them understanding each other a bit better.
Sorori just wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sorori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together, and can be what they need for each other. You see, you have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication.
Yuri stops and shakes her head.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Mine's just... It's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing some kind of person away from me because of it.
You're paused to think.
I'm so tired of the cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of pushing people away from me because I just pushed them away first. How thoughtless and mature of me.
Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales.
I'm afraid this to turn into a whole venting session, but I understand that I just need to communicate with her. Ha! You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah?
Yuri falls silent. She looks like she wants to say something.
This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime.
Monika smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds in herself to meet Monika's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Alright. Oh, there's more. Yuri and Monika finish replacing the old flyers with the new ones. Miraculously, Monika did most work while Yuri follows along. But as the club once again draws nearer, so does Yuri's confrontation.
I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great.
Yuri sighs and shakes her head.
I'm never gonna feel confident enough. I just don't have to do it. If I don't do it, I never will now.
Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns face to Monika. The way I'm reading this is because I'm giving Yuri such an annoying stutter that in reading the generic text, I want to stutter as well. Like, I'm purposely trying to read her dialogue in such a way that is very fragmented and shy and nervous. But I can't turn that off. Alright. Let's keep going here.
You're not just trying to wait outside, are you?
I can take a walk.
Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea, you know? Like, who likes coffee? Just give me some Yorkshire tea, and we'll all be happy, okay? Screw all the coffee drinkers. But I like to make my own. Though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose that's one downside of reading in the club rather than at home. I guess I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. Hey, you know, you mention it, I bet we get permission to keep stuff from the tea in the classroom. You can use an electric kettle to heat up the water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it'd be great.
Yuri smiles and nods at the thought.
Well, I'll be back. Good luck.
Monika raises at Yuri, then turns around and departs the hallway as Yuri smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea is enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the classroom door.
Hey, Yuri! Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet.
Sora shoves a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers her words, suddenly get caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sora has been spending her afternoon.
I was expecting you to come today. I was really hoping that to make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I got most of the way through it, and look!
Sora holds up a sheet of paper. It's page of notes, produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. Yuri sees it. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. What? As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. Okay.
I was afraid you were going to get disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop.
Yuri pressed her fist against her forehead.
Please stop. I can't take this. Hey, Yuri?
Sora's voice quivers in shock after receiving the exact opposite response she's expecting.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sora looks away in guilt.
Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. If so, I did something wrong, please tell me.
Yuri shakes her head.
No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please tell me. I don't need to be treated differently, just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want friends to be happy. So I thought if we did something together that you'd like. I don't want your pity. Why did I do that?
Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeals.
I'm sorry.
Tears of guilt and self-love begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard to articulate your thoughts? Why not pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Rory or the rest of the world. She should leave. Just escape from here. Monika sees her like this, and before Rory tells Monika what she did. But before Yuri can put away or put any strength to her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind.
It's okay.
Sora whispers in a soothing voice.
It's okay. It's okay.
Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sora's kind gesture. Yuri sniffs, breathing heavily through her clenched throat. trying with all her willpower to control herself.
I understand. I understand the things that you're feeling in your head are different from things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings, and we'll talk about them together, okay?
Yuri sniffs again, and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice.
I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing so out of pity. I'm so horrible with people, so it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am.
Yuri pauses, but Sorori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue.
I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends with through my interests. But because my interests are only the things I know how to talk about, it's all I have going for me now. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate it for myself. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to expect that when I can't even behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with other people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all.
Yuri finished her thoughts, feeling more steady after getting them all out. Sorori, who could feel as Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath their arms, realized that as well.
Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me with the... God dang it, let's try again. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading. I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. That kind of sounds familiar. I couldn't stop worrying that while we were reading. I was so afraid you'd get so frustrated with me. But I'd never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how much I've lost patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah, irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way that could frustrate me, because I already like you as the person you are. I know you said that you have a hard time believing that, but I promise it's true. You don't have to be a social person for me to like you. I think you're willing to sit in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about other people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to, I promise that. That's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but not to be taken... Not to mistake that for me enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that, but I'll be glad that I tried it and learn more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart. I want that to rub off on me.
Yuri fights a smile back in that comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress? I don't know. Through the caress of Sorori's arms.
Your hair is pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off.
Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening, rather than worry about what to say next. Sorori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest.
It must be difficult for her to
feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience.
Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I would mind if we could continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest. I wouldn't be offended. Of course! I'm not gonna judge anything this early, though. So we'll just see what happens. Oh, and I'm not good at touching people without their consent first. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't make you feel uncomfortable. No, you didn't. I mean, it was supposed to be nice. I was just saying, I'm back. Oh, Monika's back. I haven't seen you, like, at all recently.
Swear tries to hug Monika. She whispers loudly.
Can I hug you? Sure, Srory.
Swear wraps her arms around Monika.
Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know, Srory can be a hug monster. Ah. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Ah.
Yuri laughs. Monika perplexly looks between the two of them, then smiles.
Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity at Literature Club. Ah, about that, well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it'd be considerate not to return the favor to you, and learn the things that you like. Yeah! So do you like poetry?
Yuri smiles. Well, that's an interesting place to end. I guess I would continue on with, Natsuki's dialogue, maybe? Oh. Alright, yeah, let's keep going here. With, I assume it's probably stories. So stories of Monika's. I would assume stories. Alright, I guess let's go back to the past. Even further. Oh, that's a new screenshot. Oh, soccer tryouts.
Okay, everyone, the Literature Club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? I miss debate club. It's gonna be so difficult to start a new club. I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose my confidence.
Monika's the only member of the Literature Club. In days that passed, all of our efforts to recruit members have been fruitless.
Am I going about this all wrong?
Monika glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?"
Maybe nobody's into literature enough to pick it over the other club interests. I can't just rely on other people liking literature. I need to sell them on a vision. A vision? What kind of vision?
Monika rests her head on the desk, deep in her thought. But before she realizes it, the recent nights staying up too late are catching up to her. It's so quiet, and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. Maybe this is Monika's storyline.
Hello?
Maybe not. Suddenly, a voice causes Monika to snap awake.
Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry. I'd never do this. Is this a napping club? No, this is...
Monika pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, the Literature Club.
This is the Literature Club. Yay! I thought I got it wrong for a sec. I'm super sorry. It was like so unprofessional to do that. Don't apologize. I do it all the time. Oh? Did I miss a club meeting? Where is everybody? Yeah, I'm about that. This is everybody. Really? It's just you? But we're getting more members. I'm working really hard on that. Hold on a sec. If it's just you, that means I get to be the vice president. Wait, vice president? What are your qualifications? Well, I'm better napping than you. Maybe I should be the president. Now you're just making fun of me. No, I'm sorry. What was your name? Sorori. Okay, Sorori. I'll delete your character file if you don't mind. I mean, I've been really working really hard in this club, but I know you caught me at a weird time, but it's really disheartening not to be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. I was just joking about the vice president thing too. I'd make sure of vice president, even with the other member here. I mean, I'm sure that...
Monika tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she doesn't still know much about sorority.
I mean, this isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I found a few more members have? Well, no. I want to join the club now. What, really? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I'm still already even working. You're doing some amazing things to be proud of it, you know? So, let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so... Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Story. Oh, I'm Monika, by the way. Hi, Monika. That's such a cool name. Oh, now you're trying to cheer me up. But you're smiling. I didn't say it didn't work.
Monika glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it.
So what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit members. Yeah, I can do that. Cool. And I think I need to put some more thought into my vision for the club. You know, like a mission. My mission's to make everyone happy. Yeah, something like that. How do you think about it? Hey, do you like hugs? I guess so?
Sorry suddenly pulls Monika into a friendly hug and lets go.
Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. Besides,
Sorry whispers loudly.
huge hug energy is what keeps me at my best. Hug energy?
Monika laughs. Although Sorry is very different from her, Monika feels her spirits lifted. Maybe it's just because she found another club member, but...
Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people. Yeah, me too.
A day passes, and time comes to Lurch Club. Monika and Sorry to reconvene. President. Monika ensures, or as president, Monika ensures that she's the first to arrive into the club room. But she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sorori.
It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sorori changed her mind about joining? No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. I'm getting kind of worried.
Suddenly, Sorori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper.
Sorry I'm late. I'm here. Huh, it's okay. Welcome back. And...
Sorori spins over to Monika and deposits the sheet on onto Monika's desk.
Oh, what's this? Take my hand. Take my hand. Take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch your step, so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me, while I look up. The more I look forward, the more I look up, the more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward, take me through your dreamland. This is really good. You wrote this story? Of course! Wait, no, that's the wrong side of paper. Huh? I wasn't ready to share that yet, I'm so embarrassed.
Monika flips over the paper. Written on the side, list ideas for recruiting new club members.
Oh, this is what you meant to show me? I'm curious, do you write poetry often? I do, but I'm not sure. I'm not anywhere near as good as you are. Ah, really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never wrote anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it again a week after I write it, and I'm like, wow, this is stupid. I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. Huh? You should have more confidence in yourself. You're the Literature Club president. Ha, I guess you're not wrong there. I need to set, a good example or whatever. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that. Doing what? You know, sharing poems he writes, that kind of stuff. Ha, yeah, I'd love that. It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people usually. But you can when it's in a poem, right? Yeah. I think that's helping me form a more cohesive vision for the club. So I'm glad you showed it to me, well, even though it was by accident. Me too. I felt so embarrassed at first, but it feels like it's kind of a good thing that someone else read it. I'll try to show more of them to you in the future. I'd love that. Oh geez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over this recruitment brainstorming together? My brainstormed so hard. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain's a natural disaster. Sorry, that's terrible. Anyway, let's look at the list. Hey, cupcakes? I was hungry, but it's a good idea, isn't it? Let me think about this. I mean, would we have the chance to give people cupcakes? You know, like when they come to the club. What if we said we had free cupcakes on the flyers? I'm kind of worried that we would bring in people with the wrong kinds of ideas. Or, that'd bring in the wrong kinds of people, you know? Wrong kinds? People would just come for the cupcakes and then leave. Ha! Nobody would do that. That'd be so mean. But you know, I would find people who are really into literature. Even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list is hunt for people reading books. I don't think I get it. Like going around the school and find people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. And then we tell them to check out the literature club. Well, the problem with that is, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How could we tell if they're reading it for something fun? Well, you know, we could just ask them. But then, we'd be bothering them when they're trying to do schoolwork. Oh no, I didn't think about that part, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. You're covered with a lot more things than I can. On your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them up on the wall. I definitely start doing that. I'm useful. Hey, I never said you weren't. I just need to think. What would people, or what would we tell people when we start handing them out? I don't want to be just join the literature club. We need to figure out how we engage people. What if we told them about club activities and stuff? What club activities? Yeah, I guess we should. I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the club. Okay, Rory, pretend you're not a person for a sec. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. You know, pretend like you're random pass by getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of a literature club? Probably literature is stupid. I'm joining the anime club. What the heck? Sorry, I was just thinking of a friend in my mind. Okay. What if I said, do group reading and discuss it together? I'd probably nap through it, though. That's just you, Rory. But that does really sound fun to most people anyway. We need to catch their interest, you know? This sucks. Why is this so hard? Monika, don't be sad. What do you like about literature, Rory? Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. It gives you a chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you can't normally do when you're just doing your normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many things we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like intimate. Yeah? How do we get that across to other people? We could be like, express your true self. Be intimate with us. That's kind of... I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. What is it? I forgot all my things in the classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here, silly me. Rushed, but you weren't... never mind. Do you want to get your stuff then? I forget it if I don't do it now. Alright. I'll wait for you then. It'll only take a sec.
Spore dashed out of the room, leaving Monika momentarily alone. The sorority voice and Monika voice kill my throat. Good God. Monika sighs and starts jolting her thoughts on a sheet of paper.
Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write out your heart? No. Write into your heart. Write the way into your heart. Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame. Monika! You startled me. Sorry, but you did something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book. Reading a book? Sorry, recruiter. Wait, are you sure she's not just doing some homework? I can tell she's really into it. I guess we could take a look.
Monika grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. Then the two depart the classroom, with Spore leading the way.
This way! You don't have to run.
Spore leads Monika over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper.
See you in here!
Monika peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading to a book.
I feel creepy doing this. You should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president, and I'd probably scare her away. Okay, fine. I'll do it.
So I'm giving her more of the, Yuri voice instead of the evil voice, but I don't know. Monika takes a deep breath, then timidly enters the classroom.
That was fast. Oh my gosh. I'm so embarrassed. Why? What happened? Out to the classroom. She didn't even look up from her book. So I just kind of, left the flyer on her desk and then walked out. That's kind of cute. But I'm sure she'll see it and then wants to join the club. I hope so. Should we head back now?
The two head back to the classroom, Story feeling rather accomplished, and Monika still feeling a little embarrassed by the encounter. Upon returning, Monika and Story resume their strategy meeting. They discuss various kinds of recruiting tactics from professional to silly. After going through Story's list, and with Monika coming up with ideas of her own, the two end up in a better spot than from where they began.
Well, I'll say it was a pretty productive day, wasn't it? Yeah. I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait till we start getting some new members. Hey, what's this?
Story appears with the sheet of paper Monika was jotting on earlier.
Don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself. Join the literature club? Right the way into your heart? That's so cute. I thought it was a little dramatic, but...
Story pauses and thinks for a moment.
You know? I don't think you give yourself enough credit. What do you mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It feels like you're always afraid of doing something wrong. Yeah, but you call yourself a perfectionist? Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I've always had an idea in my mind of how I want things to go. And it's like, I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it just helps me to try my hardest at everything. So I don't think it's that bad. Like, with this club, we had such an opportunity to make it into how we envisioned it. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. So I'm really just afraid of deviating from that vision. What's the vision? It's... Monika paused to think. She sighs. I don't know. I just want everyone to... Monika trails off. Smiling, Spori taps her fingers against a sheet of paper. Right the way into your heart. I think what you're trying to do is to make the club that you need the most out of anyone. Well, you're the one who knows yourself the best, of course. I'm just here to help you. Monika returns to her smile. It's sort of amazing that how kind you are. We're really gonna make this the best club ever. Sorori nods, and she remains silent for a moment, lost in thought. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner. And the only movement is the afternoon sunlight, trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sora breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home? You tell me, you're the president. In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow. Me too. Sora begins to grab her things. You can go ahead. I need a few minutes still. Oh, I can wait. That's alright. I just want some alone time. In that case... Spurrier waves enthusiastic at Monika. Good luck! Monika smiles and waves in return, as Spurrier spins her way out of the classroom. All alone, she sighs to herself, and takes a minute to zone out. She was prepared for self-reflection, encouraged by Spurrier, but she decides it was something she probably needed about right now. The club that I needed the most? I don't get it. I just want to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. The Literature Club is the key to that. But because it's the window to the real person inside of us, underneath the person who forced us to smile and blend in. Person who's forced to be perfect. Monika suddenly notices a folder on the floor by her desk. Did Spurrier leave this behind? I hope there's some homework in it. Worried, Monika opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent. It is pretty in my hair. Every day, I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment, yanked away in an instant. All for me. All for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, pluck, pluck. Every day. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So pretty in my hair. Pluck, pluck, pluck. You're gonna die. And you too. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clenching roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction. As the field I stand in, the prosperous field, a barren wasteland. The fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy. And that's why I decided I must become the flower. What the? Wait, Sorori? Alright, we'll do the last side story here. Then we'll call it an episode, and then probably the final episode, because I don't know what else there is going to be left. We'll do Natsuki's. Well, we'll unlock Natsuki's story by playing through the... I assume it's just Act 1. I don't actually... I mean, it has to be Act 1, right? I don't know. I guess I'll find out. But yeah. Let's finish up our story. Another day passes in a flash,
and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monika should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Story's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself become the center of attention? Sorori is going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm here to comfort me, instead of the other way around. What kind of club president is that? This whole time, I didn't think to ask her about her own feelings. So much of a stupid vision. Sorori enters the club room with her usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monika, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monika? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monika shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sorori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sorori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monika stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those poems. Now, you're worried about me? I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sorori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. I wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy, so if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monika massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sorori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monika to pry, it's less painful for Monika to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend. I'm sorry I just respect your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check on it if it was mine. Yeah. Monika takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside so they can move on. But can you promise something? Promise you what? Monika pauses to collect her thoughts. This literature club is a place where people can express themselves in ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Write your way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want to promise you that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves, like that. Sorori smiles gently. I'll make a promise to you a promise. Unable to help it, Monika returns Sorori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach you about this poetry? But what about the recruitment? It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fill my end of the promise, you know? There's no way I can say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I just need, like, some motivation. I just never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't hard. You just kind of write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that I wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You have to fight back your perfectionist mind on this one. You could just write your feelings and see what kinds of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story.
Huh. You can even get your feelings down, and then it makes it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad, where you go from one to the other. It's more like a collage, where you find all the things you want to put in, and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like that's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck at the beginning. Alright, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget what's actually important. Monika pulls out pen and paper to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you fucking idiot. I'm just kidding. Monika scribbles out, "You idiot," as she writes it down. Don't keep it! What? Why? Do you want to die? What? Are you calling me an idiot? Please don't delete my character file. Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I just... Well, yeah. I think the scribble Monika rewrites, "You idiot," then stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down what I'm mad at myself, and then I did the exact thing anyway. This really takes getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks, I do too. I mean. But also you, of course. Monika continues the exercise, jolting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quiet. Quite a struggle to write down without overthinking it. But after a while, with Story's guidance and encouragement, Monika's sheets of paper begins to look very lively, prepared with all of her random thoughts. Phew. Monika looks up and down at her sheet of paper. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sorry, Beams. I'll stop here, but while we still have time, let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. It won't be so prickly about the language. Let's do it! Monika and Story proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from the recruitment planning, but from their own vision as well. As their bonds strengthen, so does the essence of the Literature Club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find out more, before they find more members. Another day passes. As usual, Monika's the first one in the club room. With her printout of the revised Literature Club flyer, complete with all new ideas Monika and Story come up with. If only this flyer we gave to the one girl reading the other day. It was so much more attractive than that old one, but the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write your way into your heart. Surely the common sense would say that one writes in the heart, but not into the heart. But the message being delivered is one that can use to discover themselves. Monika and Story had the thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity in students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monika thinks back to the previous meeting when she performs the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How is present if I can't understand what the club is supposed to be about? The Literature Club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monika's shoulders only becomes heavier. The Debate Club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monika was so good at it. It existed entirely within the realm of her comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn how to stretch myself. For real.
Monika pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against paper, but her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny ink blot collects around the tip of her pen. Monika lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger through it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monika's canvas. Satisfied for herself, Monika presses her pen down again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monika. Just move your hand, Monika writes. This is what I get for I'll do the Monika voice. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. Monika slides paper away from her desk and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today.
I'm here.
Hi. Monika hears Sproy approach her desk, then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. She sits down in the adjacent desk.
Bad day? Me too.
You too?
The new file looks so good. You've been working so hard on the club, but there's something else, I think.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. It just has to be vulnerable. Sora takes a sheet of paper from Monika's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while.
Can I trust you?
Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sora gazes at Monika with her sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monika takes the paper from Spur's desk and reads it.
Sometimes I want to die.
Sorori?
This is really hard for me. So if I can do it, then you can too, because you're like a million times better than me.
No, that's completely not true. Sora takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself.
There's something about me that I've never really told anyone before. Even now my head is like screaming at me to stop.
Wait, you have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday.
I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason that I came to school in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I am scared.
As those words, Monika stands up. Or at those words. Sora must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monika's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sora needed? Sora's deliberate breaths can be overheard over the air conditioner. As she prepares to continue, Monika waits in gentle silence.
I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why are we strangers worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So, I never really tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts I have. It's so much easier just to smile and help everyone else be happy.
But that's terrible. That's what Monika wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing.
It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, when I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask if anything's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that.
Sora pauses, seeming to recall on something in the past.
I just want everyone to be happy. It's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone.
Sora pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person.
How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people, too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this, but another part of me thinks... I think that just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about the club, it's supposed to mean... I kept feeling like it was the right thing for me to do. Especially after you even trying so hard to express yourself, too. I just made it feel like I could say in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means so much to me.
Monika feels a tightening sensation in her heart. A feeling of connection as Spurry's emotions radiate between them.
Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Spurry. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare.
Monika steps forward.
But if nothing else, I can at least offer you the same hug energy, if you'd like.
Wordlessly and without a smile, Spurry rests her head on Monika's shoulder. Though, through their contact, Monika can almost feel the torrent of her thoughts swooning in Spurry's head. This moment, enhanced by the air of the club, Monika realized that all the days that have passed, this is one where she really hopes that no one walks through the door. She speaks softly.
You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything, I'll never judge you, I promise.
Spurry's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say things that she's never dared once to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice.
I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me.
She suppresses a sob as a tear rolls down her cheek.
I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything. And it just feels like everyone has to put up with me. And I hate it.
The more Spurry speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and through her chest.
I just don't have these thoughts. I want them to go away, and I'm now making you put up with me, and I just want to die.
As Spurry loses her composure, Monika becomes determined to keep her own. She wants to be what Spurry needs right now. She won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle.
This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend.
Monika offers a few words of comfort. But she knows, Spurry said it herself, the thoughts that Spurry experiences are ones that don't belong. And Monika can't magically make them go away. Though, the most she can do is help Spurry battle them, like any good friend would do.
You have so much value to me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I'd still be happy. That's what brought you here. You brought a vision. And you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right?
Spurry doesn't respond, but Monika feels her gentle nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a little while longer. Monika lets Spurry take as much time as she needs. Her breathing steadies, and her sniffles fully cease. Spurry lifts her head and wipes her eyes.
I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here if you ever need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks, you're the best. No, you are.
The two exchange smiles.
You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional?
Sora nods.
It's scary, since it's already started to tell people. Yeah. Of course, it'd always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would.
Sora suddenly yawns, stretches.
Why that made me so tired and hungry? Well, I wouldn't make you do any work if you're not for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that is definitely one thing that makes me happy.
Monika smiles.
But I'm gonna get a snack first.
As all of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. And that's Yuri. Okay. Alright. So we're still missing the Monika file, our Monika character, which means we gotta do the reset thing. This is a passcode of some sort, but I don't know where that would come from. I wonder. Oh wow, okay, so yeah, there are adding new pictures as we do these side stories. Okay. So that's where it comes from. That's where that comes from. Okay. I think some of these are still from the actual story itself. But yeah, I guess next one we'll do Natsuki's. We'll make Natsuki happy. For that one, what I'll probably do is I'll read the new voice lines. I won't do the old ones, just so we actually, you know, just take up an entire episode doing the Natsuki storyline, and then we'll do our side story, and that's might be the entire game. I'm not sure what else is in this game, to be honest. I guess we could play around with deleting random characters. And see what that's like, see how the game reacts to that. But yeah. What's the music category? I still like fast forward that, but oh well. Huh. Oh, is this the outro song? Or the credit song, I guess? Yeah, it is. Okay. Interesting.
The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of Doki Doki Glitch Club. I guess we'll finish the game. Well, I guess we'll already finish the game, but we'll exhaust the content of the game tomorrow. Until then, peace.